Can Number Guy perform well? Beat Spo into the ground or not? We are just going to find out instantly. And it's, wow, Hunter against Warrior? Haven't we seen that already today?
Yeah, a couple of times, and it's like as we can see, he plays Corcoran Elite, like almost. I think every single every single control warrior played Corcoran.
Spoiler?
No, it's not a spoiler.
Now, should I spoiler you something? Every control warrior
It's
played Kurkan Elite.
That's what I said.
And I know that because I know all the deck lists. I can spoiler that to you.
Nice.
No problem, Reno here, bro. I'm here for you. Okay, board control from Spo instantly incoming. Yes or no? Nah, he's just clearing those fruits. That's pretty important. And Timo is gonna put on some music because he's totally focused. Some Hearthstone Doodaloo incoming. Good job here. Production value over 9,000. Number Guy cannot do anything. Turn 1 here. Nothing to coin out for him. We might see a River Crocolisk. This matchup with the hand Spo has here is pretty good for him. You would think. But, whoa, there is a Fury Warx already roaming around in Number Guy's hand. So you're going to play a Crocolisk, and a Crocolisk is actually a big threat if you don't have a Warx.
But he has a Warx.
But he has one. He can counter it perfectly. And that's the item you want to have as a control warrior early game. If you don't have it, you already see he would be in trouble, actually. Now, Spo cannot play anything. I mean, if he drops Scavenging, it will just die. If he drops Silence Owl, why should he do that? The only thing he can drop effectively would be the Boar here. But even the Boar doesn't have such value, since a Hyena with Boar is 4-3 would still die to the weapon.
Yep.
Not looking good here for Number Guy, in my opinion. Looks good for Spo.
And we see a Black Knight, which is always nice, especially when the hunter uses his Houndmaster.
Not only Houndmaster, if he Animal Companions and Misha, for example,
Yeah, true.
you're gonna be super happy. You're gonna be like, yay, Misha
Yay.
kill hype. And Spo can play pretty relaxed now. I mean, the team has already 2 wins, and Innovation has 0 wins.
You mean Triple V is leading 2-0 over
Yeah.
Innovation. Yep, that's true.
That's good. You can win like this if you go 3-0. You just have to go 4-0 and have some super Isuba matchup here. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
He's taking his time. Do you think he plays double hyena? No, he plays one and goes for the
double hyena
steady shot.
is always like, you know, the Kurkan Elite mid-range version. He hasn't seen one, but the momentary control warrior mid-range version actually plays.
He could Corcoran, kill one, and then tank 4 damage, kill the other one.
Exactly.
Have the 4-1 Corcoran left.
There are several options he can do here if he had played 2, but now he will just kill it. Yes, Number Guy, sir. What are you planning? What are your plans, bro?
I think he's
For this
going
evening?
Corcoran, charge into his face and kill the hyena. Maybe just use the Corcoran to kill the hyena.
I would take that damage to deal 4 damage. I think I value those 4 damage higher and keep your minion alive. If you get it down to 1 HP, he can just play a Boar and kill it easy mode,
True,
I think.
but that's another card.
That's another card, but still,
It's 2 for 1.
he doesn't
which is
need
fine.
to use his Hunter's Mark.
True.
Like, if he got it down. Now, if he wants to kill him, he needs to use his Hunter's Mark. And he cannot use his Hunter's Mark later for those biggies.
Oh, he's actually going for the play.
I'm not surprised. But I think Number Guy can handle.
I think Spo is sort of in trouble because he's running out of cards already.
That's always a problem as a hunter if you don't get your combos or if you don't get your hyenas and stuff. That's a 4-3. Oh, this is perfect. Well, not perfect, just okay. He can slam, coin, whirlwind.
Yep, looks like that is exactly what he's going to do. And Numberguy is in a perfect spot right now.
After that high main, he might reconsider his life and be like, oh god, what am I going to do now? But
Well,
good thing for him, he can Taskmaster Big Game Hunter, for example. He could, if he wants to.
he could also face this.
You could also Faceless, absolutely. And Faceless, high main, always good. But he really wants to do that play. Question for me, is he going to execute or a Big Game Hunter?
I think Big Game Hunter makes way more sense because you can use the execute on anything basically and only get the value of the Game Hunter on the high mains. Because there's barely anything, you know, the hyenas are gone both, so that's the only thing that can go up to 7 damage.
Correct. Well played here by him. Using all his options he has. Is execute in the hand now rather dead card until he gets another trigger. But we only saw 1 slam, 1 whirlwind. There are a lot of triggers in the deck still. He has a weapon. He has a Black Knight. Good hand for Numberguy. And Spo decides to clear and play, well, play nothing. Or is he going to drop that trap? So with the trap, he's safe from nothing. He can... that Acolyte of Pain can actually draw some cards. This is funny. Numberguy just attacks into the trap, draws a card by that, and can also armor up.
That's
oh,
nice.
Well played.
Gets value out of the Acolyte.
Well, Spo can start some card draw madness now. Like Buzzard, Iron Beak Owl, Timberwolf. Already 2 cards. If he draws an Animal Companion, he can draw 3 cards. I guess that's what I would want to do. Just drop everything I have beast-wise now and hope for Animal Companions. Silence. And nothing else? I would have used that for a card draw, but what he did, absolutely understandable. He hopes for 1 minion more.
Yeah, but he knows that the Acolyte is gonna get traded now.
There's the Almighty Cleave. At 3 damage, Cleave burns hard. Kodo not so value. You need an Armor Smith, and killing an Armor Smith with your Kodo
or an Acolyte
is the absolute best thing to do, besides an Acolyte. Acolytes mostly get their value instantly with the Whirlwind or Taskmaster. I just think Armor Smiths are so annoying with their armor up, that you really want to kill him as fast as possible.
And kill them without them taking damage. That's the main part about the Kodo. When you try to counter an Armor Smith on Acolyte, because it doesn't count as damage, they just get killed.
Starving, Buzzard, Timberwolf, Unleash. It hurts.
Really, Unleash? You trade a card for a card, and one of your Unleash is gone.
Well,
I mean, he has to do something because he has no options, and you know, like, the longer the game goes on, the more pace the Control Warrior gets.
Absolutely. And that's why he should consider at least starting with Kodo, Buzzard, Timberwolf. Kodo for no value at all, except being a 3/5 minion, and I guess that's okay value.
Now he draws Acolyte. Nah. Spo, got news for you. It's not good.
Armor up. Just kill it, I would say.
Did we see a Hunter win over a Control Warrior today?
Did we see Hunter win? I'm not sure. I think all Hunters actually lost against the Control Warriors, but all those Control Warriors had pretty good draws.
That's true.
Okay, execute here. So he has enough mana to armor up and to drop his Acolyte of Pain.
Pretty sure now he's gonna go for Buzzard Unleash. Well, he has no options. And he draws a Hunter's Mark, so that's important.
That's super important. And, well, every card draw he can grab here is just what he needs. Kodo! Woo!
Nice, dead value.
This is really good. As we said before, you really want to kill that minion instantly without it taking damage. And now he went back into game. And the Stone Tusk Boar. That's quite perfect. He will use Hunter's Mark, but I would absolutely play that Boar for one more card. I mean, you have that one mana.
He has another Buzzard. He doesn't need to.
Oh, he can also draw a Timberwolf Buzzard card with there. I mean, we see a Whirlwind now, and I would say, okay, bro. Well played. Still, I would have dropped the Stone Tusk Boar, just out of old habit.
Would you have rather cleaved that instead of whirlwinding?
I would absolutely whirlwind. You can still cleave if he drops 2 minions now.
Oh wow, he drew another Unleash. I mean, it has no value right now, but he has a big combo on his hand. But yeah,
you can still draw 2 cards now with Stone Tusk and Timberwolf if he wants to. That's at least 2 damage for damage with what he has on the board, and he needs that card draw. He 12 cards, and we didn't see any Animal Companion, so he could take the risk drawing 2 cards, maybe getting a tracking or not. And with 1 tracking, he could draw an Animal Companion, and with Animal Companion, he could draw another card, and that could be another tracking, and then he could draw more cards. That's a thought process here, because you want to have Leroy Unleash combo incoming soon.
Bum Buzzard? Nope.
Or
yes.
just
Of course, like there are no options.
Buzzard, Boar.
No, wait.
Animal Companion.
Play the companion
Exactly
first.
what we said. Random Huffer. No, Misha is actually good. Houndmaster. Even an Houndmaster.
I think I would Houndmaster, yeah, the board, and go for it.
Sadly, it's not a beast. We are happy about the Black Knight value incoming now, so you can play Black Knight, Cleave, Execute, for example, and clear the whole board.
Can't clear it completely. Yes, you can. Well, depends.
Not
No.
if you attack first.
Yeah, okay, if you attack first.
Attack the 3/3, Cleave, Execute. That's in my brain right now. Oh, that went quite quick. But some Control Warrior moves are just, well, good to go. Easy life. I don't know how to say it, but
Spo is in trouble.
Spo's in trouble. Numberguy is really doing a good job. Deadly shot here. Nice top decks. He could kill the Black Knight. And I mean, what are you fearing? You're like, that's 4 damage on the board. Every damage you get is annoying. Kind of want to do that. And you cannot predict Alex Strauza incoming, for example, or Ragnaros if he draws.
Oh, he has to predict it. What else is gonna come?
A Gramage.
Or get on.
Geddon. So Spo. That looks rough for you. Numberguy is doing a really good job. Control Warrior seems to be the stronger part in this game once again versus Hunter.
Sunshine Hunter.
Yeah.
Sunshine Hunter.
Always telling you this. I heard some people saying Sunshine Hunter has a slight advantage, but in my opinion, still Control Warrior is a stronger deck, especially the newer versions, not with the Krakons, but with the Zordrakes and at least 1 Cleave. And maybe a White Pyromancer. I prefer the White Pyromancer personally.
We haven't seen any in the Warrior decks.
Isn't that 13, 15 damage with Geddon? Lethal here for Numberguy. Well played.
Whoosh.
But the big question is here, once again, what is Soak or Ram Druid? But we're just jumping right into the game. And let's see, it seems to be a Rampy Druid with Healing Touch. That's super good. And standard Control Warrior for Numberguy still.
Yeah, of course. He just keeps his deck.
Spo, could you please turn your chat window down, bro? No problem.
What a scumbag.
He's trolling our picking screen. This is what I like. We can tell the players, please don't chat during the game, so you don't mess up the recordings. But humans tend to forget things, and it happens. But it's okay. I mean, it isn't messed up here. And Timo is just instantly gonna jump here into the game. Good job. Spo versus Numberguy. 1 win for Numberguy. 0 for Spo here. And is it going to be 2-0 and or not?
We're about to find out. And yeah, Numberguy just won the first round for innovation.
I see a good hand incoming for Numberguy. He already has armor up for a potential shield slam. He has the Fury War Axe if there is maybe Harvest Golem coming. And there is a Black Knight for late game, or not for late game, for mid game if Spo actually taunts up something. Like Yeti, Mark of the Wild, well then you're gonna get Black Knighted, bro.
Yeah, but it's kind of risky. Would you want to do that?
No, but it happens. You're like, I get a Yeti out, I can Mark of the Wild it. That's the 6-7 Yeti. Seems to be really strong. And he draws an Acolyte of Pain. Good job here for Numberguy. Hand gets stronger and stronger. And the Black Knight Spo has is kind of useless. Won't have any impact on the game from his side.
He still has the Mark Black Knight combo.
Absolutely.
And especially against
works.
the Control Warrior, it's really, really strong because you can get rid of one of the big minions without having a big game hunter, for example.
That's true. There is one little value he has. Yeah, Nourish in a Ramp Druid is often seen. You can just go with 2 more mana from turn 5 on. Go like instant Izera, instant Ragnaros. Or you draw those 3 cards. Often you really go for the mana because you have 2 Ancient of Lores. You still have Raz to draw cards. And there are a lot of cards to be drawn with your potentially minions upcoming. So Nourish often ends up in Mana Crystal. How is he going to handle that Yetter? Taskmaster up, draw a card.
And then equip the Warx, I guess. Yeah, definitely. Since he has
If you have 2,
he should.
just use him to make some Yeti pudding.
Yeti pudding?
Yeah, just slice and dice him into little pieces. And Nourish incoming for 2 mana crystals. And the funny thing is, compared to Wild Growth, you get an empty mana crystal. But if you play Nourish, you actually get 2 full mana crystals. You can instantly use here for Raz, for example. But Numberguy's drawing better and better stuff. He's just throwing out minions, minions, and minions. Spo has, for example, Sunwalker incoming, but we already know Black Knight in Numberguy's hand. He might rely on that Sunwalker now, but that will just get killed.
Indeed. And that's such an value because, as we all know, Sunwalker is Divine Shield, so he would draw at least a card, at least 1, if not 2, to get killed, and that way, yeah, he can just Black Knight it.
Black Knight value, absolutely, and I would definitely play him in every deck once, or not every deck, in a lot of decks once. Control Warrior, it's just 1 more dead minion, and he goes for the combo you told us is possible. Mark of the Wild, Black Knight. I guess it's okay. It's 2 cards wasted, but you get instant board control.
Yep, it is strong. And he wants to keep his Sunwalker.
He plays Azure, gets another shield block, but still doesn't have any shield slams. That hurts. And there's the Innervate. Innervate is really annoying.
kind of surprised that he didn't
Kill?
I think he should have just used the coin and do something. For example, equip another weapon, because he has 10 cards right now. So the next one he draws will get destroyed no matter what.
Or maybe he didn't count it. It's a big tournament. There's prize money on the line.
But you agree it's a misplay.
It's just I didn't count. I didn't see. Misplay is already always so hard to say. Team Innovation.
It's not hard to say. I mean,
Team
like,
Innovation is one of our qualifier teams, so they're I would say they're not used to the tournament atmosphere from the team league. They could get a bit nervous, especially if you're so far behind. I mean, if Numberguy loses here, the team is already behind for the whole season, and he really wants to win.
Well, it's only the first match.
Still, Season 1 of the HearthStone Gentlemen Cup, Week 1, Day 2, and you don't want to start with a lose. No one wants to start with a lose in a new cup.
Ah, and his Faceless got destroyed.
Poor Faceless.
Against the Druid, like, you don't want to lose your Faceless. I think it was a misplay.
Now Black Knight, coin, win X, kill Black Knight. That's what I see upcoming here. Oh, I guess he just didn't see his Black Knight. He must be really nervous.
That's weird.
I guess he just... It happens really often that you just
it's like
oversee your Black Knight.
It's the second misplay.
So he did 2 misplays and he still won the last game. So if you
last game he played well.
If you still win with misplays, that's the way you need to go, man. No problem here. Just win with misplays.
I guess so.
And his hand is still good. He can Black Knight next turn. Maybe Spo only goes for the face since he's down to 18 already. He trades here, loses his Divine Shield, gives Numberguy more armor. And there's still a Sylvanas roaming around in his hand. Sylvanas is pretty annoying minion.
Could also go for Sylvanas, and then the next round he could mark her and destroy her. Which would be funny.
Which would be funny. Or just Numberguy destroys her and takes chances that he gets the 2-2 instead of his 4-5 Black Knight.
He wouldn't play her, no. I
You
think Sylvanas is great if your opponent has something like Alex or Ragnaros on the field.
But if there's an 8-8 Sylvanas, he will
I
just
think that's,
run into
that's
his...
super, like...
Well, now,
like,
I want to see the Black Knight.
You know that control warriors tend to play one brawl. So play all those minions when you're already low on cards. I think is risky. If he had a brawl now... danger.
I know why he keeps the Black Knight. He's fearing those 5-10 trees. And that's why he wants to have the Black Knight.
Ancient of War.
The Ancient of War. But in this situation, I would have used him definitely last turn.
Yeah.
There's so much value by just getting that Sunwalker with Divine Shield gone.
But he has no executes on his hand. That might be one of the main reasons.
Not only no execute, he has no super cool trigger cards flying around.
And he has no Taskmaster. So he couldn't Taskmaster and use Big Game Hunter to get rid of those Ancient of Wars. Ancients of War.
And we see Ancient of War incoming. So well played, Numberguy, keeping that Black Knight. If Ancient of War is incoming now, actually. May or maybe not incoming.
Nah, it's incoming.
There we have it. And a 5-10 tree, well, you will be happy if you can just vaporize it with your Black Knight. And the funny thing is, he can play Whirlwind first. Oh, this is good. He can play Whirlwind first to get rid of enemy Black Knight, and his Black Knight is strong enough to trade with Savannas.
Yep, and trade so both get killed. So there's no actual value on Sylvanas.
If he's in for trading and not like, I'm not gonna trade, I'm too cool for trading. Everything is possible here. But what is Numberguy? Is he finally willing to commit with his Black Knight here and get rid of the 510? I would say yes, you are so far that you should do it. And is he going to play that Whirlwind before he actually drops his Black Knight?
He should.
You want to get rid of the 4-1, absolutely. And you would like to have an execute just for that Alex, for Savannas. There's the Whirlwind, there's the Black Knight, and he can still armor up.
Yep, nice.
But he's down to 17. That's not, I wouldn't call it healthy. I would call it danger zone.
Danger.
Is he going to Mark of the Wild up his Savannas? Or just trade here?
I think he should mark it.
Or just Mark of the Wild the Yeti and protect his Savannas? That's better.
That's actually better because the Yeti is only going up to 6 damage. So no risk of getting big game hunter.
I'm seeing a top deck Taskmaster now from Numberguy, and then he will just snipe away that minion. Execute! Finally!
He should run the Black Knight into the Yeti, execute Sylvanas, then trade with the 3-1.
He can trade with his weapon or just play a Krokon to be on the safe side, for example.
Yeah, Kokron would actually make more sense.
He executes the right one, trades with the left one, goes for Krokon, attacks the face. We'll play it here, and next turn he can play Ragnaros. And he still has Ragnaros, Alex, and Grimash in his hand.
And the problem is, Spo is running out of cards, and therefore running out of options.
But he draws one of his bigger options with scenarios. That's a really nice minion, spawning those 2 trees. He needs to kill the 2 trees now first. And then there's a 5-8 scenarios roaming around.
Oh, nice.
Well, it will not kill scenarios, so he needs to play Ragnaros or Alex on himself, but I would advise him to play Ragnaros.
I would say Cleave Ragnaros.
But if Cleave hits Selnus, what's the use?
You mean scenarios?
Yeah, scenarios, what's the use?
It's fine. You can still trade with the Kokron. The other one.
Yeah,
and then
but
play Ragnaros and it's 50-50.
it would be 50-50 anyways if he attacks with his weapon.
Yeah, but you don't want to drop lower than you already are.
But he could have armored up.
True.
It would just end the same as it is now, just without having played a Cleave.
Well, I mean, there was the off chance to kill the small ones.
Sure. And
well, it's not the off.
When
the
are
chance
you
wasn't too low.
When are you going to use Cleave again? I hope he hits scenarios. Well, that sucks for you a lot. Big Game Hunter followed up by Druid of the Claw. This looks like Spo is going to win that game.
What's 9 damage? 10 damage. He's down to 3. He still has Alex.
He still has Alex. Well, it could be worse, I would say. But I do not see how he wants to get back into the game, win the game. Even if he plays Alex, he is up to 14 possible damage. And I'm really surprised by not seeing Druid of the Claw being played. I guess he fears a brawl, but still I would have played him.
He should use his War X now, kill the big game hunter, and then Alex tries off.
I guess so too.
Maybe coin armor up as well afterwards.
The main mistake just Spo did was not overcommitting here, throwing everything on the board with Druid of the Claw. I would have been slightly better. He would be down to 4 with Druid of the Claw.
True.
Kill. And Alexstrasza up. And as you quote, coin hero ability won't hurt him. So, number guy, are you our opinion? Coin.
Oh, Wildcross. That's a new card.
So he draws a card with White Rose, gets a healing touch. This is super good. He can healing touch himself and go up to 28. And he can...
I wouldn't. I would just play the Druid.
Not healing touch, not fully access your mana.
Just use the Druid ability. Every single turn.
I prefer still the healing touching.
Why?
You could draw Ragnaros, and if you draw Ragnaros, you cannot healing touch in 1 turn, and you still have to fear Grimash coming in, smashing your face into pieces.
Nah.
And you cannot play Izera healing touch in 1 turn if you play Izera, which is not unlikely. I would rather use my 3 mana now than later. And he has 9 damage on the board.
There's no way he can die next turn.
He healing touches up.
Well, there's if he plays Inner Rage Grimash, but chances are like, I don't know, 1%.
Chances are there. And if it happens...
Yeah, but there are always those chances.
And not even Inner Rage, he just needs a Taskmaster. He was on 20 HP. I would be in 20.
I think he played 2 Taskmasters already, if I'm not mistaken. Did he?
I wouldn't argue about that. Oh, he's
I think he did.
He could clear the board. He doesn't even need to play his Slam and Shield Slam. He can just clear the board like this and turn. And 2 big minions on the field. Spo gets his Keeper of the Grove. He should have, in my opinion, played that Keeper the 1 turn where he kept his 5 mana. And I would say in the end, that was a moment where he gave away a bit of his momentum to end the game. And it seems to be like Numberguy is winning this game where we would have said he's definitely going to lose.
Yeah. Because Spo ran out of cards.
Just that big game hunter turn where we were missing the Druid of the Claw. That kind of broke his neck.
Did it?
Yeah. The enemy where he was low, he was on 8, he could have been on 4, and with this Alexstrasza he would go up to 15, but with 8 damage still on the board, with 9 damage still on the board, and the second Druid of the Claw upcoming, I would see a GG incoming for Spo that way. Now he can just keep a Grimash to make him weaker, but it's still 11 damage on the board.
Or he chooses to tank the damage. Yeah, that was my initial thought.
Also possible. I mean, 8 damage. What's that? He's still on 21. There's 10 damage Grimash on the board. And he will protect him. He will kill that Keeper now at any cost. Burgeddon! You don't want to play him. He can just armor up and snipe away that minion. And still play Geddon if he wants to.
Would you go for Slam, Shield Slam? Just to draw another card? Get more options?
I don't think he needs to. He has a big game hunter if something super annoying is upcoming. He could play Geddon.
Nah, I wouldn't play Geddon now.
I don't see why he should draw cards, and like Shield Slam and Slam, those are your last options to trigger execute and stuff too. So rather not waste everything.
Does he have an execute left?
He should have an execute left. And
He has one, I think.
he plays.
So he has one left. He plays a Ganon, okay.
It's okay. The only thing that kills him is actually
It's GG.
Ragnaros that hits his face. Now he can swipe the left one, but there's still
No,
Ganon on the board.
Not even GG yet.
Not even GG if he's not getting any follow-ups. But it's looking super awesome for a number guy. Winning a lost game here. It looked like a lost game for him most of the time.
I think he's gonna slam his own Ganon.
Would be possible to draw that card if he's not drawing a finisher here.
He's 1 damage short.
So are you drawing a finisher, sir? And he gets a Krokon Elite. Woo! Krokon Elite value.
That
Exactly
value.
11 damage.
And innovation.
Yeah, Innovation gets back into the match.
Won their first